But even growing up for me, it wasn't safe to feel my feelings. And so when I felt them, they were very explosive. And I thought, this is just what feelings are, because I didn't grow up in a safe environment where, hey, what are you feeling right now? It's okay, right? I grew up in a space where my feelings would trigger my caretaker's feelings. And so they weren't able to help me understand and process, because it's okay. They were just at that place and didn't understand for themselves. And I'm seeing that as a pattern and a through line for most of my clients, friends, colleagues, everyone. Like, we just didn't grow up in those environments. And so now it's creating the safety with yourself or with someone like myself, or a somatic therapist, but someone that's literally with you if that safety isn't present, to help you feel safe in your body.
Thank you for tuning into Time for You Evolve for female entrepreneurs. Remember, you have what it takes to achieve greatness. Your time is now. You're here with me, you're ready to change lives, and you're ready to change the world. Isn't it time to skip over the confusion and start creating sustainable and consistent results? We're going to pull back the curtain and start giving meaning to life in this podcast. Time for You Evolved. Hey, my name is Lisa Carmichael, and I am obsessed with everything online. It's no secret, in this crowded and highly competitive business world, we need to stand out. It's even more important at a deeper level to stand up for ourselves. I am a farm girl who grew up shy with zero confidence. If someone had suggested that I would eventually start a podcast, I would never have believed it. As a farm kid, I had the unique opportunity to embrace a holistic approach to life. All the seasons of growth were lessons that have helped me and other female entrepreneurs find success when they've been stuck and struggling. The Time for You Evolve podcast is here to help you navigate business online so you can be laser focused and help you navigate the messy and the magical in every season of your business. Pull up a seat to hear the tried and true secrets that other female entrepreneurs like you are facing, and get ready for real talk while you learn. This is the Time for You Evolved podcast. Hey there, entrepreneurs, ready to work smarter, not harder? Then you're in for a treat. Let's talk about video marketing, the smart approach that attracts, retains, and converts faster than any other strategy out there. Hey, I get it. Video marketing can be daunting. You know, you should be doing it, but you're not quite ready to take that leap, or you're frustrated because you're not looking like a pro. Hey, I get it. Who can blame you? Creating videos can be frustrating, time-consuming, and downright intimidating. That's where Big View comes in. It's the solution for your frustration. With Big View, you can create professional videos with ease thanks to its teleprompter app. I've been using Big View for years. Did you know that? Big View is an app that has saved me a lot of time and hassle. The app makes it easy to create professional looking videos. It's an online teleprompter that allows the presenter to keep eye contact with the camera while reading the text they need to speak. Using a teleprompter app allows the reader to sound natural without cue cards or notes to fumble or looking down while you're speaking. And the best part is that Big View allows you to focus on your performance and delivery so your confidence shines through. You get to keep eye contact with the camera while you're reading your script. Whether you're a marketer, a blogger, a trainer, a freelancer, a publisher, or business owner, Big View is designed with you in mind. If you're ready to take your video marketing game to the next level, click on the Big View link on my website, lisarcarmichael.com/bigview. Join me and be the best presenter you can be and learn how to make great presentations. And that's lisarcarmichael.com/bigview.
Today on
Time for You Evolve. I'm thrilled to welcome Alexandria Fitzpatrick, a transformational life, spiritual, and manifestation coach whose work is all about helping women connect with their soul's purpose. Ali is a kundalini yoga and meditation teacher, astrologer, and sound healer. And I'm excited about Ali being a guest today because she knows much, much more about mindset, neuroscience, and quantum physics because she uses her skills to guide clients toward self empowerment and limitless possibility. She's been featured alongside Mel Robbins in GOSS magazine, sharing her inspirational journey and profound purpose. Through her coaching sessions, workshops, and master classes, Ali helps her clients embrace their unique path with clarity and confidence. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Lisa. I'm excited to be here.
I am too. It's so fun. I love learning what other female entrepreneurs are up to, and I think it's important to help each other shine because sometimes it's hard for women to put the spotlight on themselves. So, one really great thing that in your tagline that you are known as is a manifestation coach. So, can you just explain really what it means and kind of debunk some of the common misconceptions people have when it comes to manifestation?
Yeah, absolutely. So, what's really interesting about that as well is that when I first started working with people more in that realm, I'm like, oh, it's going to be like not superficial, but light and fluffy. And we're not really going to have to dig into limiting beliefs or digging into people's trauma. And what's so interesting that I A have learned for myself, but B have learned with clients because a lot of people have come to me because they're like, oh, I don't understand these concepts. I want to learn more. And a lot of the biggest takeaways are that you can't create anything in life if your subconscious, which we all knows runs what 85% of our lives and our thoughts. And if you have all of these beliefs as the undercurrent of your reality, you're never actually able to create what you want or create the life of your dreams or have the relationship or the money or the wealth until you actually dive in and basically uh, not tear apart, but be able to diffuse and reprogram the beliefs that you have on that deep, deep core level, that core unconscious level. And so a lot of the main places we go to start isn't, yes, affirmations are amazing. Yes, visualizations are amazing. They're a part of it. But if you don't recognize and understand what the driving beliefs are that are keeping you from it, such as your fears, um, you're never actually going to be able to create these bigger changes in your life. And so that's one of the biggest things I personally work with on a daily basis for myself, but B, when people come to me and have questions about manifestation, and there's so much information out there. And a lot of times people think it's just like this easy breezy, let me just say these affirmations 1,000 times. And sure, you might be able to, but I wouldn't go to that as your go-to of like, oh, I only need to do this thing once, or oh, I only need to visualize, or oh, it's just feeling it. And all of those things are a part of it. And it's helping you get clear to of honestly, like what is running the show? Which of your inner children maybe needs some tending to, needs some integration. And so for the work that I do with my clients, it's not just let's set your identity of who is the person, what are they thinking, what are they feeling, what behaviors are they doing, what does their life look like, surround themselves with. That's a part of it. And the other part is understanding all the other pieces that have to go with it, such as bigger traumas, such as where are pieces of you, they might be a little developmentally arrested, and we just need to grow them up. We need to reprogram. We need to do some of that internal family systems work of just understanding the pieces of you that then when we get to the creation, when we get to the identity work, your manifestations have that much more potency and power because you've just done the work to reframe all of your core beliefs. And a part of this work, I love, so one of my favorite books is called Parallel Universes of Self, and Frederick Dodson wrote it. And he describes the models of thought that essentially lead to manifestation. And so he describes it, for instance, you want to be a lawyer. And so most people think, okay, I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to get into law school. I'm going to study, and that's what's going to make me a lawyer. Sure, in theory, but in reality and practicality, where you go to is the core underlying belief. And so instead of the top down, which is, oh, I'm going to do the thing, which leads me, it's actually like, nope, you're not actually going to start with doing the thing. You're going to go to the bottom first because there's 5 different levels, layers of this. And the bottom is your identity. It's what are the core beliefs that you hold to be true? Because whatever core beliefs you have, they're going to get pushed out into the world around you. Both the beliefs that you hold about yourself, the beliefs that you hold about the world, the beliefs you hold about other people, how you're going to be treated by other people, what you know to expect. Joe Dispenza has a phrase he likes to use that I took up a long time ago, and it's, of course this is happening, of course XYZ. And when of course becomes a part of your natural subconscious dialogue, you just expect things to happen because you know it to be true. It's just part of who you are, right? And so we go to the bottom to what are those new beliefs? What might the blocks be, right? Like those core wounds, they all boil down to 4 wounds. I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy, and I'm not smart enough, or I'm not smart, right? And so once you can boil it down, you can start to work with your core wounds. Above that, you have the thousands of other beliefs that you have. Above the beliefs, you have the other thoughts that exist because of these beliefs. The thoughts stem to the feeling above that. And then above the feeling, you have the actions that take place. And so instead of going to the action, as you can see, you go to the core beliefs, such as, of course, I expect people to treat me with respect. Of course, people value me. Of course, I make X amount of money because I am worthy. I am lovable. I am XYZ, right? And so when we can kind of debunk that and get to the base and get to, okay, what do we need to work through? And oftentimes with my clients, I have moved, there's a part of um, what am I trying to say? There's a modality that I specifically use called brain spotting, and it helps to literally wipe out certain neural pathways of your brain that essentially, right, if we're continually believing a thought, it is further imprinting that neural pathway. And so first and foremost, you stop it, you disrupt the neural pathway, and then you clear it. And what's so fascinating about this modality is that it gets into your subconscious and then it just naturally starts to clear out all of the beliefs that you don't even realize you have that are in congruence with this other underlying core belief. And so it starts to clear these out for you simply by letting your brain stay in a spot and naturally process it through. You don't need to do a thing. Your brain is naturally going to do it for you, which is wild. And then because you've just cleared the space within, if you don't refill it with something that you want, our brains and our nervous systems are hardwired for safety. They will immediately go back to what they know, which might be beliefs which might be behaviors that aren't actually in congruence. And so then we go in and we start to reprogram. What is the memory, right? Like if you can get to a core memory, what do you want to see happen? What can you give that part of you the experience it needed while still focusing in that spot, right? So we're intentionally refilling and we are reprogramming that same neural pathway with the new beliefs that you want. And that way, we then are able to take some space, move about, let things integrate, and then start to do the creation from there because you've just gotten to rewire it from that core place. And that's one of the most profound modalities that I have. I've been doing this work for 11 years. I haven't experienced anything as profound as this in this specific way to make changes. Maybe they don't happen tomorrow, but these are the fastest changes I've seen in clients and myself.
So beautifully said. And one of those pieces too is the trust, that you
Yeah.
have to trust in the whole understanding of who you are and what you've created.
Mhm.
And I can only believe that with that emotional connection that you create with your clients, that they understand that they need to not only believe in themselves, but they need to trust in their beliefs.
Yeah, absolutely. Trust is a huge, huge piece that most of us kind of need to work on in this lifetime because it's not just trust in those beliefs in ourselves. Well, it's trusting in the universe or consciousness or
Mhm.
God or spirit, right? Like most of us have those blocks. And if we don't have that trust with ourselves, um, actually understanding our intuition versus just an activated nervous system, which mimics our intuition. And so a lot of people think basically a trauma response is their intuition. And that's okay. But it's a part of this work is being able to detangle and disengage from that to fully understand you and then trust those knowings. And within that, you start to build trust in whatever your belief system is outside of yourself.
Oh, so true. Because if we can't trust ourselves, we won't be able to trust anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, what inspired you to become a manifestation coach? What was your personal journey like when you began to practice this?
Um, yeah, well, I mean, primarily now it's a combination. It's really not simply manifestation. It really is more spiritual life coaching that I do, mixed with somatic, a lot of somatic work. Um, but essentially, right, like most of us that find ourselves in different modalities or potentially, I mean, this is the work I've done my for most of my career, I would say. Um, but your own pain becomes your purpose and it becomes the medicine that then you are able to share. And so it's literally just been through my own journey and evolution of my life that you find these practices, you find these tools, you find, at least for myself and my experience, the things that have genuinely worked for me, and you're like, oh my gosh, they just become a part of you and your experience, and you're like, I need to share this with whoever this resonates with because it has touched and informed my journey so much and so deeply. And so that's literally how I have come to the place I am today with all of the trainings, with all the experiences, with all of opportunities, everything. It's just following my own evolution of what I needed at that time. And that has been such a staple that I keep coming back to for even other people of like, okay, your pain, whatever it is right now, it will become your purpose once you are able to integrate, work with it, not just bypass it, but literally work with it and through it. And through that, you get to see the gifts and then you get to decide how and if you want to use it. But oftentimes, if you don't use it, it is such a disservice to this world because the world needs whatever lessons and gifts you were able to glean. The world needs it and you to share that.
Mhm. So I think there's a misconception with it because people don't want to cry. Well, years ago, people didn't want to cry. They didn't want to feel their feelings.
Yeah.
And, our mothers say, or even our parents told us, don't cry. But how else? There is no other way to learn from the experiences until you lean into that pain. And it sounds
Mm-hmm.
like that's how you discovered your coaching practice.
100%. And it's so interesting because what I didn't realize, and I'll just use me as an example. I For my whole life, I would cry over everything. I would cry when I was really happy. I would cry when I was really sad. I would cry when I was angry. I just thought, like, oh, I have a double cancer. I just cry all the time. It's just me. And a friend a few years ago was like, okay, I mean, that could be true. And I'm wondering if once you start to resolve some of your deeper traumas, you'll cry a little bit less. And I'm like, that's not true. I used astrology to explain away my trauma. And once I genuinely started to heal my trauma, I will still tear up. And there's a part of my nervous system and a part of the neural pathways that still want to go back. And it is fascinating because my system naturally wants to cry because it has been programmed for 35 years to do the same thing. And because I genuinely started to just move that energy, right? Those beliefs, they don't really exist anymore because when you heal, genuinely heal, when you change your belief systems, it propels you onto a different timeline where, sure, the past is still the past, but it's just the triggers become less and less, and it's not your current reality anymore. But until your nervous system gets used to that and the neural pathways truly get used to that new identity, it'll go back to what it knows. And so it is the craziest thing in the world where I'm like, yeah, I don't really cry anymore. Like I still do when something actually genuinely. Yesterday in therapy, a couple of triggers, I'm like, oh, I'm getting teary. Here is something for me to work on. And now I know when I'm starting to get that emotional, I'm like, okay, great. There's still something here for me to learn and work with. And so yes, 100% to what you said. And there, it's so beautiful that we're now moving into a space where there's more information, people are more open to essentially understanding matter and quantum physics and frequency, and that emotions are literally just energy in motion. And so if I'm not a huge fan of when people are like, oh, of spiritual bypassing and being like, oh, just raise your vibration and all of those things. And there's still some truth to that because lower free emotions that we don't want to feel, right? There is a gift in anger. There's gift in grief. There's a gift in all of it. But all of those emotions, anger, grief, sadness, frustration, they all exist between 0 and 200 on the Hertz frequency scale. So they all vibrate much slower. And so when you feel those feelings, or when you're feeling lethargic or apathetic, your system is literally vibrating at a much slower frequency. And so it makes sense that things feel weighty and heavy and slow down, right? And then once you start to resolve that, once you start to move it, once the energy literally just starts to disintegrate, you work with the beliefs, you work with the feelings, you naturally start to move to 200 and above that for a base level. And so then when anger creeps up, yeah, you might dip down for a little bit. It might affect you, but you're not going to stay down here because your natural energy, the current, the frequency is now at least at courage. 200 is courage. That is the first step to genuinely raising your vibration, your frequency on a sustainable level. And so I am just grateful that people are more and more open to looking at that, right? Because I'm not just making this up. This is actual science now that is out there for people to access. And so feeling, you're genuinely letting yourself feel your emotions, it dictates the health of your entire system and being. And with that, I'm guessing for most people, because, right, just like you said, we're in a different generation, but even growing up for me, it wasn't safe to feel my feelings. And so when I felt them, they were very explosive. And I thought, this is just what feelings are, because I didn't grow up in a safe environment where, hey, what are you feeling right now? It's okay, right? I grew up in a space where my feelings would trigger my caretaker's feelings. And so they weren't able to help me understand and process, because it's okay. They were just at that place and didn't understand for themselves. And I'm seeing that as a pattern and a through line from most of my clients, friends, colleagues, everyone. Like, we just didn't grow up in those environments. And so now it's creating the safety with yourself or with someone like myself, or a somatic therapist, but someone that's literally with you, if that safety isn't present, to help you feel safe in your body. Because if you don't feel safe in your body, the emotions are, you're never going to feel safe to feel them, and you are going to be resistant and push them away, but that just suppresses all of that energy. And so you have to feel safe in your body to feel, and B, letting yourself genuinely drop into presence, mindfulness, if you will, feel into the physical body and just allow it. Okay, this is what I'm noticing right now. This is what the sensations feel like in my body. This is what it wants to tell me. This is what it wants me to know, right? Mm-hmm. And then maybe even going to that part of you, that piece of you, where it's coming from, whatever age it's coming from, talking to it, letting it process. And then oftentimes with my clients and with my mentors, learning, stopping the story, literally no more story, feeling for 90 seconds. That's it. Breathing, imagining the energy just traveling down through the soles of your feet down into the earth, and just letting yourself process it through whatever sorrow, grief. If you need to stomp your feet, if you need to get down on the ground, just wail, but letting yourself feel it.
Most all of this is very intentional.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, I don't believe that healing will happen on its own. It will manifest, but if you don't plant the seed, and if you're not intentional, and like you said, if you're not open to what the universe or what is next to come, well, we won't have anything to learn from.
Right.
Ali, how does time play a role in manifestation? So the podcast name is Time for You Evolved. And do you believe there is a right time for things to happen, or is it more about aligning your mindset and actions regardless of time?
That's a really good question. And I would say, at least from what I know to be true for me and seeing externally, and right, what we know is what we believe. Our beliefs are what get manifested outwards. I believe it's a combination of both, because yes, sometimes it truly is, things happen in the aligned divine time that they were supposed to happen. And that being said, with that, I believe it's twofold. To get to that divine aligned time, we also need to take aligned action to bring us closer to the thing that we want, or our manifestation, or the opportunity, right? Like, we can't just sit on our couch affirming all day long or daydreaming. We also need need to listen to those intuitive hits and to that inspired action that we are genuinely from our soul called to do in that moment, because then we get led to the exact right place at the exact right time, right? And so then time just falls into place. The opportunities just fall into place when we are also connected in that space. And what I will also say is that I'm sure most people in their life have noticed and recognized. So we have something that we've always wanted fall into our laps, right? Whether it's divine time, whether it's because of an action, and then just as quickly as it comes, it leaves. And so it doesn't matter that we did the right or the aligned thing. It doesn't matter that it was the aligned time. It left. And then why is that? A few different possibilities. One being, your belief system wasn't fully on board. Potentially, our beliefs don't always have to be 100% on board. They really don't. You could have resistance. Your beliefs might actually be in opposition. And on going with that, so your beliefs might not be on board, but also your nervous system and your energy field literally cannot hold it. And so if your beliefs are on board, but your nervous system is like, oh my God, I'm really scared. I don't know what to do. I'm going to fuck up. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Right? That's really chaotic and that feels really anxious. And it feels like your system. I keep bringing my hands clasping together because there's no space. If you can see, right? There's no space for the opportunity to come in. Or if it does come in, it gets squeezed and then it leaves. And so a part of this practice is literally, if you want anything more in your lifetime, if you want more money, more responsibility at your job, the love of your life, traveling the world, it doesn't matter. If your nervous system literally can't hold it, it's going to leave as quickly as it comes. So part of the practice, how can you prime your nervous system to expand and to hold what you want? Because it's only when your nervous system and your beliefs can do that, that the manifestation or the opportunity comes and it stays. Otherwise, you will self-sabotage. You, right? The doubt will come in, the fear will come in, and you won't actually get to keep or hold your manifestation. And so that's a really important practice that people don't often equate and realize, but it's the nervous system strength and training to simply expand, as well as your auric tracking energy, your auric field, and your auric body to literally be able to hold and expand it.
So, can you share with our listeners, Ali, what they can expect when they work with you?
Absolutely. Um, well, it's probably going to be a combination of everything we talked about over this last little period of time. But basically, it's not like standard coaching. A lot of coaching is simply future focused. It's not simply, but it's future focused, right? And with my background and what I have done training in, what I'm called to do, what I've seen mm, the best results, I guess you could say, is we actually do use your past, because your past is what informs your present. Your present is actually where you create from. The present, this moment right now is where you manifest from. Not from the future, this moment right here. It helps create your future. And so we use a combination of looking into the past, dropping into the present, and then being able to create your future. And we, depending on where you are and what is most alive and what you really want to work on, we might spend multiple sessions doing different brain spotting work, doing different IFS, internal family systems work, we all have 7 different inner children. So we might spend some time understanding, but also cultivating your relationship with your intuition, cultivating your relationship with your physical body, creating safety here, helping practices to expand your nervous system, and doing some of that identity work and the belief work and the reprogramming work to get you to the place of genuinely being and becoming that person that you want to be, that has the thing that you want to have or experience. And so that's most of that. The other little facets that I do bring in as an astrologer, when people come and they are going through these bigger transformations and they're really curious about, they might not understand core wounds. They might not understand pieces of their purpose, because purpose isn't always career. Purpose can be anything in life, right? Like our souls just want to evolve and understand in certain ways. And for me, over the last 10 plus years of studying astrology, it has been a profound tool to help guide me, but also help guide clients for simply understanding pieces of themselves, especially if they're like, a lot of people come to me and they're stuck and they've tried everything and they don't know what else to do. And they're in these massive awakenings and transformations and transitions. And so astrology is a tool I use for giving people validation and also a potential way forward that they might not have known or seen before.
How can people find you?
Yeah, if you want to, so head to social media. You can find me on Instagram. I'm Ali Fitzpatrick. Facebook, my name, Ali Fitzpatrick. You can also head over to my website, alifitzpatrick.com, which goes further in depth. I do different types of readings like astrology, human design, tarot, numerology. I also do different events sometimes, the different cosmic events, different sound baths, cacao ceremonies. I teach kundalini yoga, so you'll be able to find my events, and then you'll be able to find a little bit more about my coaching and the different sessions offered there.
Ali, before we wrap up, is there anything else that you would love for our listeners to understand, or any last bit of advice that you could offer?
So, two quick last thoughts. One of them is part of the sutras of the Aquarian age. Um, and that is, there is a way through every block. Even when we don't, oof, I'm like starting to get teary. Um, so even when we don't necessarily see the path ahead, it's okay. Even if we don't fully comprehend, or like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing, even by taking one step forward, step and the path appears for you by one step, one step, one step. You don't need to know 5 steps ahead of you. You literally just need to take a single step, and then the next step will appear, and the next step. Even when you think there's no other possibility, there is a way through everything, but it's that trust within yourself that then builds the trust within the universe or God or spirit or consciousness.
I love that. I love your curious mindset, because you are definitely not someone that works at the surface level. That I'm just inspired the way that you can blend science, spirituality, and soul work to help others from your own experience. And your curious mind is really what sets you apart from other coaches as well. So, well, thank you, Ali. Thanks for your time. Thank you for your insight. And thank you to my listeners today for choosing to listen to Time for You Evolve. And I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, Lisa. Thank you so much. This has been such a pleasure, an honor. Thank you.
Again, I hope this conversation sparks something meaningful for you, whether it's a new perspective on manifestation, a deeper understanding of your own journey, or even just a reminder that your destiny is uniquely yours and it is yours to create. I appreciate Allie's insight, digging deeper into being a lot more curious as to why we feel the way we do, and blending science, spirituality, and soul work to help ourselves find our purpose and our potential. Because when we have more clarity, we have more confidence. And when we have more confidence, it just makes the world a better place. Until next time, thank you for joining me here in Time for You Evolve. the podcast for female entrepreneurs.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Time for You for Female Entrepreneurs. If you loved this episode as much as I did, head on over and rate and subscribe so you never miss an episode. New episodes drop every week, and if you want to support the show, leaving a review goes a long way. A special shout out to our amazing partners and sponsors. Their support allows us to continue bringing you engaging content every week. And with that, a big thank you. I look forward to seeing you next time. If you're ready to supercharge your email marketing and automation game, look no further than my favorite autoresponder, Active Campaign. It's the ultimate all-in-one platform designed to turn your contacts into customers and your customers into loyal advocates. Imagine having a tool that not only understands your customers, but anticipates their needs. That's what Active Campaign does. With its powerful customer experience automation, you can create personalized journeys that nurture leads, drive sales, and build lasting relationships. The biggest reason I chose Active Campaign after trying other autoresponders is because I wanted to make sure my emails were being delivered and not going into spam. I need to know that my emails actually get to the people I'm emailing so that I have good engagement rates, response rates, and click-through rates on every email I create. Then I can have peace of mind that what I send out about my blog posts or upcoming events gets delivered and that people get to read what I write. And since it's just me, using Active Campaign saves me a bunch of time because I've been setting up automations that I can just drag and drop, allowing me to save hours of time. Not only have their pre-built automations and integrations saved me time, I'm able to power a personalized marketing plan throughout the customer's life cycle. In the end, I really want to personalize my message and make sure that each person is getting a unique email tailored to them because I don't want to be sending bulk cookie cutter emails. I want to make sure that my customers and community is getting things that are tailored to them as much as I can. Email marketing doesn't have to be crazy where you're not just pushing information. Active Campaign teaches you how to be pulling information as well. I appreciate the value I've received from Active Campaign when it comes to creating and managing email campaigns. The support through webinars, live chats, and live study halls have been very helpful in maximizing their platform and a great alternative to those other email services I've tried in the past. Active Campaign allows me to build a business without relying on advertising. It has simplified my marketing processes, saving me time, which allows me to focus on what I do best, serving my customers. Whether you're a small business or just starting or a seasoned entrepreneur, Active Campaign scales to meet your needs and grows with you. If you're ready to up your marketing game, go to my website, lisarcarmichael.com/activecampaign. That's my partner link, and sign up for a free trial. Experience firsthand the power of Active Campaign and take your marketing to a new level. Don't miss out. Stay ahead and stay automated with Active Campaign. Go to lisarcarmichael.com/activecampaign for your free trial. Hi friends. Today let's have a heart-to-heart about something that's been a significant part of my life, skincare. As a busy female entrepreneur, I need a skincare routine that's quick, easy, and super effective. Turning 60 didn't bother me because I've been taking care of my skin every day for 20 plus years. I didn't always, but I'm glad I did start when I did. Let's fast forward to 1 year ago, and let me tell you about a game changer for me. I stumbled across my secret weapon, Droplet. Droplet is not your typical skincare company. It's a revolutionary approach that delivers personalized monthly skincare subscriptions tailored to your specific skin type. The magic lies in the Droplet Micro Infuser, a device that creates microscopic droplets from formulated capsules, expelling them at a high velocity to infuse ultra-concentrated active ingredients deep into your skin. Now, I'm a self-proclaimed skincare junkie. I've tried it all, from serums to spa treatments, and even once selling a natural body care line. So when I heard about Droplet, I knew I had to give it a shot. I can confidently say it's made a remarkable difference in my skin and my routine. The Droplet Skincare Micro Mist Infusing Device is a game changer. It uses a gentle mist to penetrate ingredients 20 times deeper through micro mist technology. It works with formulated capsules similar to an espresso machine, allowing you to infuse the treatments that are right for you into, not just onto, your skin. Here's how Droplet works. Choose your serum, collagen, retinol, glycolic acid, or maybe a lip plumper. Insert the capsule, hold the device to your face, and press the button. A fine mist of the serum is released onto your skin, targeting your face, your neck, chest, anywhere you want to focus on. These misting capsules have transformed my skincare routine. The results are incredible, from increased resilience to fading hyperpigmentation. Why do I love Droplet? It's quick, easy, and the capsules are recyclable. No cleanup, no hassle. And here's the bonus. Droplet's formulas are clinical strength, dermatologist recommended, cruelty-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free, gluten-free, soy-free, fragrance-free, and vegan-free. It's a skincare lover's dream. If you're looking to level up your skincare routine and evolve beyond the basics, Droplet is your answer. Plus, they offer free skin consultations with their estheticians to address your skin concerns. Investing in a good skincare routine and self-care is crucial for any woman, especially us busy entrepreneurs. First impressions matter, and you want to put your best face forward. It's time to evolve and embrace the next level of skincare. Head over to the Droplet link on my website today, where you can start your own personalized Droplet routine. Here's to glowing, radiant, and fiercely beautiful you, no matter what age you are. Go to lisarcarmichael.com/droplet.